As mothers, we spend so much time thinking about the year ahead, the lessons, the lunches, the logistics, the appointments, the extracurriculars, the endless little details that make a family run. But every now and then, I stop and ask myself a different question. When my girls look back on this year someday, what do I hope they remember? Because I have a feeling it won't be the color-coded planner. Hi, love. Before we go anywhere, I invite you to take one slow breath with me. Inhale and exhale. And as you breathe, picture your children. Maybe they're little, maybe they're teenagers, maybe they've already grown. And just notice what comes up. Because today, I want us to zoom out for a few minutes. Not to next week, not even to this school year, but to the memories we're creating while living ordinary life. Lately, as we've been preparing for another homeschool year, I've found myself feeling really emotional. My oldest is beginning high school, my middle daughter is stepping into middle school, my youngest is in the thick of elementary school, and every year I become a little more aware of how quickly these seasons pass. Sometimes I'll catch myself looking at them and thinking, one day this will be something we remember. Not in a sad way, but more like a reminder to pay attention. Because childhood isn't just happening to them, it's happening to me too. And maybe you felt that. Maybe you folded a tiny shirt this week and realized it won't always be this size. Or maybe you watched your child walk into school or start a new homeschool book or make their own breakfast for the first time. Those little moments have a way of whispering, this season matters. I think so many of us carry the pressure to make childhood magical, to create these unforgettable memories, to do enough, to be enough. But what if our children aren't looking for magical? What if they're looking for something much simpler? To feel safe, to feel loved, to feel seen, to know they belong. One of my favorite parts of our week isn't something elaborate. It's actually our quiet time. Years ago, I used to spend about 15 minutes one-on-one with each of the girls during quiet time. And now our rhythm has changed a little. Once a week, one of the girls gets to choose what we do together. And almost every time, they choose baking because we get to do something and create something together. We laugh and we stir and we taste the batter and we talk. And I have a feeling years from now, they won't remember exactly what we baked, but they'll remember how they felt when we were baking together. I've been thinking about this a lot. Children often remember the feeling of home long before they remember the details. They remember the smell of muffins in the oven, of reading together before bed, of board games around the table, the sound of laughter in the kitchen, a hug after a hard day, and being loved and accepted even after making a mistake. Those moments shape something much deeper than memories. They shape belonging. And here's something I've been reminding myself lately. We don't create those moments by adding more. We create them by noticing what's already there. The ordinary dinner, the bedtime story, the walk around the neighborhood, the ride to gymnastics, the drive home after swim. So much of life isn't waiting for us in the extraordinary. It's quietly unfolding in a Tuesday afternoon. If you'd like to carry one gentle practice into this week, I'd love to invite you to ask yourself one question. Maybe write it in your journal. Maybe think about it over your morning tea. Maybe talk about it with your partner. The question is simply this: when my children think back on this year, how do I hope they remember feeling? Then choose one tiny way to live that answer today. If your word is connection, maybe it's putting your phone down for 10 minutes. If it's joy, maybe it's dancing while you make dinner. If it's peace, maybe it's taking one slow breath before answering the next question. Little moments become lasting memories. I don't think our children are going to remember every curriculum book, every perfectly packed lunch, every spotless room, but I do think they'll remember whether home felt like a place where they could exhale, where they were welcomed, where they were loved, where they could always come back after a hard day. And honestly, isn't that what we're longing for too? If today's conversation stirred something in your heart, and you're realizing that you want this school year to be more than simply getting everything done, you want it to be a year where your family feels more connected, more grounded, and more at peace, I'd love to invite you into Vibrant Mom Life. Inside our community, we begin with noticing the pace we're living in, the expectations we're carrying, and the emotional patterns that quietly shape our homes. And together, we gently explore the deeper layers beneath those patterns. We lovingly release old beliefs. We heal emotional triggers, and we practice creating rhythms that help us respond with more presence instead of pressure. Because I don't believe the legacy we're leaving our children is built in the big moments. I believe it's built in the ordinary ones. One conversation, one repair, one shared laugh, one deep breath, one gentle return home at a time. And I would love to walk alongside you in that journey. If this episode made you think of another mom who's entering a new season, would you share it with her? Because sometimes the greatest encouragement we can offer another mother isn't another idea or another piece of advice, but it's the reminder that the little moments matter more than we know. And if you'd like one simple way to begin your mornings with more calm and more intention, you can download your free gift, Kickstart Your Calm Morning. You'll find it in the show notes. And before we close, I want to leave you with this. May you move through the rest of your day with a little more gentleness, a little more trust, and a little more compassion for yourself. May you remember you don't have to earn rest, you don't have to earn peace, and you don't have to earn your worth. And whenever life pulls you in 100 different directions, may you always know the way back home to yourself. Because every time you come home to yourself, your children learn where home is too. And wherever today finds you, know that I'm always sending you so much love.